Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things today. Man, price action today was awesome. Same with yesterday. So ever since FOMC, man, price action has been clearing up. It's a lot better than last week. If you guys aren't aware, last week I ended up blowing 15 funded accounts. You guys could watch like one of the videos. That's like my most recent video besides for this one. Blew 15 accounts last week, which was not good. I blew 5 Tradeify accounts with after I kind of withdrew 7.5K with them. So after my 7.5K payout with them, I blew the accounts, as well as I blew 10 Apex accounts with about 1.7K dollars in profit. So about $17,000 of profit in those I blew. Unfortunate. It is what it is. There's a lot of things I could have done a lot better, but you know, I just went on a really bad win streak trying to force trades during the chop. I've done my reflection, stuff like that, and I'm kind of over it now. But you know, it still stings a little bit, but it is what it is. I did end up retrading, trying to pass 10 more Apex evals last week, and I did pass those 10 Apex evals, but that's kind of what I want to talk about, right? This past Monday, or I guess this week. So this week on Monday, I wasn't streaming live. So if you guys go join the Discord, make sure you guys join the Discord. I will give you guys the kind of announcements of when we go live and stuff. But this past Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, my parents were visiting, and if you guys know anything about me, I started trading as a way to kind of begin my entrepreneurial journey, as well as I just really like trading. I think this is kind of where I want to begin my career. And, you know, I just really love trading and I want to be successful at it. And I think I started rushing the process ever since I saw my parents' face. It was kind of hard for me because that's the entire reason I'm working so hard, is I wanted to be able to retire my parents. And, you know, everything is for them, right? So when I saw my parents' faces, I kind of regressed in a way where I felt like I needed to start making a lot of money now, right? I stopped focusing on the process and I started thinking about money, right? I was like, man, my parents are visiting and, you know, I don't really have anything to show for them yet. I haven't told them I made, you know, my first 10K month yet, because it has to be a consistent thing, right? And it's not something that you make one time, right? Make your first 10K month and then you just go ahead and tell them, yo, I want to do trading full time. That's not how it works, at least in my eyes, right? I want to be able to do it consistently over, you know, maybe 3 months, 4 months before I end up telling them that, you know, maybe this trading thing is working out. But with that being said, I will not quit on trading. Trading is what I want to do with my career, with what I want to do with my life. I really love it. I'm really passionate about it. So yeah, but with that being said, I saw my parents' face and it just kind of made me want to rush the process, and I kept forcing trades on Monday, and I had my worst trading session ever, probably. I kept tilting, kept revenge trading, kept over trading. It's probably one of my worst trading sessions ever, because I couldn't hold myself back. I wasn't process based, right? I was just completely money based, because I saw my parents for the first time in a while, and it kind of got me emotional, I guess. I was like, man, my parents are still working, and, you know, I've been at this trading thing for like about a year and a half now, and, you know, I'm still not able to reach that 6 figures or whatever, like kind of have it replace my real 9-to-5 job that they want me to do, right? So I wasn't focused on the right things, made terrible decisions on Monday, and I blew those 10 Apex accounts. However, if you guys could tell by the title of the video, it's going to be me basically just restarting, right? This, I think, last month as well. So basically how I was able to kind of reach my first 10K month was, it all started with a 50% sale from My Funded Futures. So I traded with a Starter Plus account. I don't believe My Funded Futures has a Starter Plus account anymore. I think they discontinued it. But the My Funded Futures account, I had a Starter Plus account, which I was able to request about $1,100 from. Excuse me. I was able to request $1,100 from. From those $1,100, I was able to buy 2 more Tradeify accounts. So I bought 2 Tradeify accounts. I ended up blowing those accounts. However, I got another 2 Tradeify accounts, got payouts with those. So that $1,100 turned into another 3K payout. From that 3K payout, Apex had a 90% sale, so I bought 10 accounts with them, passed it first try. As well as I scaled my 3 Tradeify accounts to 5 Tradeify accounts, and then I got another payout with that. So that was another $7,500 payout. I was really hoping for a 20K payout with Apex. However, like I said, like I mentioned, I ended up blowing that opportunity because I got greedy. Wasn't trading the greatest and kind of kept forcing trades. However, it's okay. You know, we're learning, we're growing, right? So, but with that being said, that was my first kind of 10K month, right? It wasn't really within a month. It was more like 30 days, but you kind of get the gist, right? And yeah, was able to do that. However, like I said, after blowing those 15 accounts, I blew another 10 Apex accounts, and I feel like I'm scaling too quickly. And I'm kind of burning through my payout money, right? So what I'm trying to do, at the same time, it's for you guys, right? Right? I want to kind of talk about how I kind of scale with these Apex or with these funded accounts, right? So I'm basically starting over. I'm gonna start with one account, and I'll show you guys the entire process where I could take this one account into a multi 5-figure payout potentially, right? I kind of want to show you guys the entire process, like how I was able to do that, right? And showing you guys it is possible in trading with funded or with prop firms, right? It is so doable. However, you just have to be focused on the right things, right? So with that being said, the firm that I am currently trading with is Funding Ticks, and I decided to trade with Funding Ticks because of their very lax rules. I will go over it, but the main thing that you guys need to know is, man, I can't stop blazing these guys enough, right? I want you guys to understand how crazy this is, right? So if you guys are not aware, Funding Ticks is kind of a newer prop firm in the future space. They are a Forex giant. They have been around in Forex for a while. However, they transitioned over to futures, and they're going crazy. This is literally My Funded Futures Part 2. This is like another version of this. It's like My Funded Futures had a kid, right? However, look how insane this guy is, or look how insane this is, guys. My Funded Futures, Apex, Tradeify, they all have, for the 50Ks, a profit target of 3K normally. That is the industry standard, right? For Funding Ticks, however, right? I want you guys to understand how crazy it is. For Funding Ticks, it is 2,500. You guys remember all those times you got so close to 3K and you just end up blowing the account or something, right? Nah, dude. On Funding Ticks, it is $2,500 a profit. And you get end of day drawdown. It is not like Apex where it's trailing, guys. It is not end of it is end of day drawdown. It is not trailing. It is end of day drawdown. It is 2K. It's basically like Top Step, right? However, you have to trade that. The only contingency is it is a 40% consistency rule and minimum of 3 trading days, right? You can trade up to 4 contracts. You can trade news, whatever, right? I will have a video linked explaining Funding Ticks A to Z, everything you guys need to know about Funding Ticks. However, if you guys buy it right now, they currently have a sale going on for 35% off. If you guys use code MONK, that's MONK with 3Ks, right? MONK with 3Ks, not 2Ks, 3Ks on Funding Ticks. A funded account with these guys for a 50K is $50.05 all in. If you guys use code MONK, it is $50.05. And as you guys can see, you need 2,500. So I've been trading for 2 days now, and have been trading pretty decent. I had a big loss, but my win rate's pretty decent. But I'm pretty close to the profit target, and am also so there is no activation fee. Like I said, it is like a core account. If you guys want to think of it like that, it is a core account on My Funded Futures, basically. Better pricing at the moment and better profit target, better scaling rules, and you can request up to $1,000 after the profit split, because they do have a profit split. It is a 90% profit split where you guys keep 90% and they take 10%, right? So after that, you will come home with $900. From that $900, I will show you guys how I scale, right? I'll probably trade 2 or 3 accounts and then try to get a payout with that. But like I said, I'm starting over. I'm not going to be trading 5 accounts, 10 accounts. I'm going to be trading 1 account, get a payout with that, and then scale to maybe 3 accounts, and then 5 accounts, and then 10 accounts again. We'll see. But that's just kind of how I do things. I'll probably make a video later on how I scale, right? But what do you call it? Yeah, make sure if you guys are kind of curious about Funding Ticks, give them a try. They are 35% off. This is the biggest sale that they usually do. They don't really do more than this. It is the cheapest in the entire futures industry. I want to stress this, guys, because this is insane. I've been kind of glazing these guys for a little bit now. But yeah, they also have a 5K payout cap, but that's kind of like, let's be realistic. Like, let's try to, if you guys are first starting out, you guys are kind of new, try to get the cheaper account, right? Keep your costs low. $1,000 is more than enough to scale on any firm, right? So Make sure you guys go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description as always. But yeah, let's kind of get into the trades because that's what this entire thing is about, right? Yeah, so we ended up taking 3 trades today. The first trade was a little hasty. I knew it was a bad trade. However, I don't know why I took it, but the reason why I took so I ended up taking a long today, first trade, right? As well as, if you guys aren't aware, I live stream every day on YouTube for free. I'm not charging you guys, but yeah, I live stream all these trades live, so you guys can kind of see the execution live. However, so this first trade, I was looking for a long. I've been kind of long biased the entire day, just because if you guys look on the higher time frame, we are at all-time highs basically, and at all-time highs. My mistake last week was I kept trying to short the top when we're at all-time highs. Learned from that, so now we're kind of readjusting, right? But going into the day, we're kind of just holding all these 4-hour gaps over here, right? There's nothing much to go off of, but like we had London highs as targets basically. So we had London highs as targets. And at the time, ES had just swept these London lows. So if I were to go back, as you guys can see, ES right here had swept these London lows. So we had formed an SMT. We had 2 big SMTs, guys. We had 2 big SMTs. This SMT right here, right, with London, or sorry, with ES and NQ, right? We had an SMT right here. NQ is the stronger asset in this case, as well as we had a bigger SMT right here where where is it? Right here, I believe. Was it right here? So this low right here. Yeah, so ES had swept these lows and NQ had not swept these lows yet. So we had 2 SMTs here. And it was looking pretty bullish. The only reason why I think this trade failed was because of how weak we closed above, right? You guys know me and my strong candle closures, right? This buy signal was so weak. I knew I shouldn't have entered, because look how hesitant we are to break through here, right? When we inverse the fair value gap, you want to see acceleration, you want to see speed, you want to see displacement, you want to see expansion, right? You don't want to see hesitation through a gap. So when we start getting this wick, I already knew this was a bad trade. I don't know why I took it. Maybe I was too distracted. Looking back, hindsight, this was a terrible trade for me to enter off of. Because not only that, if you guys go back in the footage from today's video, from today's live stream, it's always posted on the YouTube. I said during the live stream that I still wanted, ideally, for NQ to sweep these London lows. We did not sweep it, and I was still hesitant to take it, but I don't know why I entered. One thing I'm still trying to learn, all right, because when you're trading, it's always a learning process. You're always learning new things, right? You're always readjusting. One thing I need to know is if it's not a B, if it's like a B- or a C trade, sure, you could put risk on and just see what the, like not even think about it. But at that point, you just might as well not even take the trade if it's not a good setup, right? That's something I'm still trying to learn and kind of adjust to. Because if you're kind of hesitant about a trade, and as long as you're confident, that's what's important, right? But I want you guys to understand, at that point, if it's like a C- trade and you know it's not a good trade, you might as well just skip on it. Who cares if it's a winner, right? At least you followed your rules. At least you understood that it was a bad trade. It just so happened to be a winner, even though it was a bad trade. You don't want it to be a habit where you start taking terrible trades and it just ends up working out, right? Because what if it starts losing and you start getting frustrated, you start tilting, right? We want to make it a habit to take only the good setups and take basically ride the momentum, right? When there's a lot of volatility, a lot of momentum in our favor, right? So this first trade was a terrible trade looking back hindsight because of how hesitant we were, right? You know me, I like strong candle closures. We never got it right here. We did close above the inversion, right? But like I said, bro, look how weak we are when we close above. And guess what? I instantly get punished for it. So we ended up taking a loss on that. However, we did end up taking the London lows, which I liked, right? This was A+. This is where the light bulb starts coming in, right? Look at now we're starting to create fair value gaps, right? You see with this entire area, we only had one fair value gap pretty much, right? Another one right here. But look how small they are relative to like these ones over here, right? So once we finally sweep the London low, we complete an objective. But what's another objective that we still have not taken yet, right? London highs, right? London highs, plus we're at all-time highs. We are bullish. This is a bullish narrative. We should be framing long ideas, right? So once I saw this low that get taken right here, once I saw this low get taken, I ended up seeing how we reacted, and I just saw how bullish we were. I'm not gonna lie. Look at how I didn't wait for the strong candle closure, right? You could have probably waited for this candle closure or this candle closure. I entered as soon as this candle closed and the next one opened. I saw that we started just pushing, and I entered immediately. And this is more intuition. This is more just discretionary trading. You kind of develop an eye for it as you start going through your trading journey. But the reason why I entered, even though we were in a fair value gap, first of all, there was no hesitation when we kind of closed right here, right? Of course, you know, we kind of were bearish at first within this candle, right? So we did form a bottom wick, but as soon as we start pushing, we close super strong, right? No top wick at all, right? Within this top candle right here. Oops. This candle right here, there was no top wick. There's just a lot of momentum. The next candle opened and immediately started shooting up. So as soon as it started shooting up, I immediately entered the trade and had my stop loss, I think, at the swing low. Either it was at the swing low or at the relative low, and was basically aiming for my first TP was this internal high right here, which got smacked immediately. So this swing high right here got smacked immediately for about 20 points, and then I held another 38 points. So for 58 points total. Actually, not 58. I held it till about 80. So my final TP for this first initial trade was 80. And the reason why I didn't hold, of course I could have held. I just wanted to secure profits, right? Because I'm trading evals at the moment. I just wanted to secure profit, try to pass the account. However, we started retracing kind of aggressive right here, which kind of sucked. The ideal scenario in this case would kind of be hold the first fair value gap and not have to worry about the second fair value gap, right? We kind of just hold the fair value gap, the first fair value gap right here, and then take off, right? That's kind of not what happened, which kind of sucks. But the reason we kind of just still bounced was, like I said, we swept London lows. We still had targets to the upside, even though we kind of didn't take these highs, right? It's fine. The important thing is we're leaving targets behind for us to take later, right? So when I saw another strong, okay, this wasn't really a strong candle closure, but it was like, if you guys looked at it in real time, we had some sort of manipulation upwards, right? This candle shot up to 40 points in about like half a second. Like if you guys saw it, we're trading live. This candle printed in half a second. It jumped up 40 points. So I was like, damn, some sort of manipulations going on here. Like I said, if my narrative is still long, everything is kind of like playing out how I want it to, right? We're holding the CE of this fair value gap right here, right? We're leaving targets behind. This looks good. This is an A- trade for me. The only reason it's not A+ was this top wick right here. However, I still gave it a chance. And yeah, so as soon as this candle closed right here, we were a little bit choppy right here. We were a little bit choppy, so I waited for the next candle open and see how we react. We start pushing a little bit, so I entered off of this candle, right? But look how big this body is compared to the these candles right here, right? Once you see this candle right here hesitating a little bit, you should see kind of form an idea that potential reversal is coming, right? Like this little doji candle doesn't kind of always mean that there's a reversal coming, but it's like a sign that that the shorts are kind of over, right? So as soon as I saw this right here, I was like, okay, potential entry. Once I saw the next candle open and we were pushing, I entered the trade, and bro, this kept running in the money, bro. This was like a 90. Yeah, actually, I was only holding for 90 points, but the next trade, bro, this could have easily banked over 100 points. But yeah, I took it off of the internal right here because I met my consistency rule on the funding ticks already. So I'm up about 1K on funding ticks at the moment. I'm up about 1K at the moment. I'm a couple $100 away from passing the eval. And the great thing about funding ticks, there's no activation fee. It's kind of like my funded futures core account. That's the most similar that I could compare it to, you guys. But like I said, great trading day overall. Just to kind of recap, blew my accounts last week. It was a frustrating week last week. Blew another 10 accounts this starting week after I kind of saw my parents kind of rush the process. I knew I was scaling a little bit too quickly, right? Started burning through my payout money. So I was like, I need to slow it down a little bit. Let's just restart with one account. Plus, I feel like it's going to be beneficial for you guys because, what do you call it? You guys will kind of see me how I scale, how I, turn one payout into multiple payouts, right? How that one payout pays for the rest, right? So I want to kind of show you guys the process, how it works basically, and I just kind of want to introduce the firm that I've been really eyeing a lot recently. So hopefully I'll be able to get a payout with these guys, show you guys the entire payout process. I can't recommend these guys enough, guys. I really can't. They're a great firm, and I'm not saying this just to get affiliate money, right? First of all, I don't even get a lot of affiliate money. Y'all gotta help me out. But I just think what they're doing over there at Funding Ticks is great. They're innovating, right? Plus the profit target is 2,500, bro. How can you not try to trade with a profit target that's 500 less than the industry standard, right? 3K, 50K, sorry, $3,000 profit for the 50Ks. That is standard across the entire industry. Top Step, Apex, Tradeify, MyFund and Futures, Funding Ticks, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro. They don't care, bro. 2,500, you pass your account, boom, you're funded. So I wanted to go over that. So now it's time for me to start shamelessly plugging all these, all my affiliates, all my Discord stuff. So make sure you guys join the Discord. I'll show you guys when we go live today. Like I said, I'll give you guys a reminder when we're going live. I'll give you guys the current up-to-date promotions. So the reason Funding Ticks is doing a promotion at the moment is they just reached $5 million in payouts. They call it rewards. It's literally the same thing, payouts, right? So make sure you guys use code MONK. That's MONK with 3 Ks. You guys could buy up to 6 50K accounts with them. So $300,000 max allocation. So you guys could also do 3 of the 100Ks if you guys wanted. But I prefer 6 of the Funding Ticks. That's eventually what I want to scale to. As well as me and my co-owner Hoik over here have kind of just recently introduced this trading roadmap for you guys. So if you guys know nothing about trading and you guys want to get started, this is all for free. We just introduced a section that will go basically show you guys from A to Z, introduction, right? What kind of mentality and mindset you need to get into trading, right? We're just kind of slowly easing into what trading is, right? And then introduce what day trading actually is, right? The strategy, what we trade, ICT, of course, right? A couple different playlists that you guys can learn from, right? You guys could choose from 4 different playlists that I have. It goes for over everything, A to Z. Basically, it's just kind of your preference, whatever you guys want to kind of go over, like the key concepts on what ICT concepts are, right? And this is the biggest one probably right here, is just video recommendations on how you guys can learn how to trade. Hoik and I linked the best videos in our opinion that we learned the most from on this section right here. So if you guys go through here, if you guys can master these concepts up here that we listed, bro, you guys are already set. And then down here is just some supplementary concepts like SMTs, right? They're not necessary to be successful in trading, but they're definitely there to help you guys kind of form a model, find your model, right? See what you're comfortable with, right? That's order block, smart money concept. All these up here. If you guys can master this, if you guys can understand this, you guys will be successful at trading. I guarantee you. You just have to put in the work, right? Obviously, if you guys are trading Forex at the moment and want to get into futures, we have a section for that too. We also have prop firms. If you guys don't know what prop firms are, I'm pretty sure most of you guys do. I have all my affiliates linked right here if you guys are interested, as well as my recommendations down here. I'm not affiliated with Top Step or TakeProfitTrader. I want to be, but some of them just don't want to, so that's kind of fine. But these are all my recommendations at the moment. Funding Ticks, Tradeify, MyFund and Futures, Apex. These are all firms I have traded with in the past. These guys are reputable. I will never show you guys a sketchy. I've been getting a lot of emails to do collabs on some sketchy firms, and I refuse it because I know that shit's sketch, bro. I'm telling you guys, even though we are a small channel, there's a whole bunch of sketchy ass prop firms that are like, yo, can you promote, we like your content, can you promote our firm and this and we'll pay you? I'm like, fuck no, bro. Like, that's a scam waiting to be happen. So I would never try to like show you guys some sort of scam, right? This is all for free, bro. I'm working, we're working overtime in the trading tribe for you guys. Eventually, that's another thing I want to get into is well, I guess before that, this is another important tab, psychology, right? Psychology is the most important thing that we have. I feel like this is what most traders struggle with, right? So if you guys are struggling, we have a couple of videos linked, right, for you guys to kind of work on, build on, get some inspiration from, right? So yeah, I really hope you guys appreciate the work that we're putting over here. They're all for free, right? We're not charging you guys We really want to see people succeed in the trading. That's what this industry is lacking, bro. It's a lot of transparency and just people trying, like, truly wanting people to succeed, bro. When I first started trading, bro, there wasn't any of that. I got scammed out of Forex, like a course in Forex, because everyone's about profit over there. Everyone's about trying to make money over there. Everyone's it's a shithole. But I really hope you guys appreciate what we're doing over here. We also added a couple new sections, right? Like gym, gaming, food, music, sports, travels. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys go check that out. Everything's for free. I'm trying to make this the best trading Discord ever out there, right? Another thing I'm thinking about introducing, guys, is if you guys are okay with it, I'm thinking about doing one-on-one calls. It's not a mentorship or anything. It's literally just like a quick call, like 1 hour, 1 hour 30. So leave down in the comments what you guys kind of prefer. I'm not sure how much I'll charge, like maybe 50 bucks, like 30 bucks, I don't know. Where you guys could, I'll sit down in a call with you, and if you guys are struggling with any specific concept or how to scale prop firms, or you guys don't know how to trade, I'll just sit down for an hour and talk to you guys for an hour, hour 30. I still don't know, right? Like I said. And whatever questions that you guys have, I'll try my best to answer. As well as, you know, if you guys wanted to, like, if you all you wanted was, yo, can you backtest for an hour? Like, I'll backtest for an hour for you guys, explaining how my personal entry model, what I'm looking for, what liquidity I'm looking for, how I approach the markets, right? I could do that. Otherwise, if you guys have certain trades, like, you guys want me to go over, like, yo, why did this, like, trade fail, right? If you guys want me to kind of review your trades, like what we're kind of doing over here, like, Fugaz is kind of killing it. But if you guys are struggling with anything and just wanted some pointers, I think I'm open to do that right now. I don't know if I'll charge people like a course. Like, I don't know if I want to come out with a course. Like, that's kind of bullshit. Even if I do, I'm not going to charge, like, fucking $10,000, whatever people are doing. I'll probably charge, like, $199 or fucking 99 bucks for A to Z on how to trade, bro. But, yeah. That is... Sorry, I'm getting a little heated, bro. Like, this is kind of... I had a great gym session today, so it's kind of just me yapping. I don't know if people even watch these long-form content. I'm not going to edit this video at all. It's just kind of me ranting. But yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord. Make sure you guys use code MONK on all the affiliate, or on all my affiliate codes, right? Use code MONK, My Fun Futures, Apex, Trade-a-5, Funny Ticks, MONK with 3Ks on Funny Ticks. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to explain to you guys, give you updates on a little bit what's happening. I blew all my accounts. We're starting over. It's okay, right? That's part of the process. But this is where it separates the decent traders, the okay traders, from the great traders, right? And I'm trying to become a great trader. I'm trying to become, you know, multi six-figure payouts in 1 month, right? I have, you know, I know I could do it, right? It's just, I have everything I need, right? I have the formula. I have the winning formula. I have the, you know, strategy. It's just it's the psychology right now at the moment, right? I need to slow things down. I need to not rush things, right? And I know I could do it. I know you guys could do it too, right? This entire Discord is for that. So if you guys are struggling, you know, hop in a call, right? Hop in a call down here. You know, go in general, ask a couple questions, right? We'll try our best to help you guys. Everyone's here to learn, right? And yeah, look at one of our members already likes the roadmap. You know, this is awesome for tough ships on concepts. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. Make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe, show your girlfriend. Fucking, who cares, bro? And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, peace.